Okay, what up guys? I'm going to teach you guys how to learn to do your first muscle up. Now before you even attempt to try to learn the muscle up, make sure you're able to do several pull-ups and single bar dips with some sort of ease. Because if you can't do those two, which is basically the muscle up, then why even bother to do the muscle up, right? So now I'll give you guys a couple of exercises that I did to learn my first muscle up. And after you learn your first muscle up, you could go on to increase your reps your own way because you have the strength and the technique to do the muscle up yourself, right? So the first thing that I did, or one thing that I did, was lat swings, right? Lat swings, I basically just use my lats, so I keep my arms as straight as possible. I use just my lats to swing my body up, because a muscle up isn't just going up and over the bar, but it's kind of going up and around the bar, right? So I'll teach you a lat swing right now. Another thing that I did to learn my muscle up was I got to a bar that's just above my head and I jumped into the muscle up, right? So I basically want to get my body used to how it feels of doing the muscle up, right? Or transitioning into the muscle up, because the transition part is the hardest part of the muscle up. So basically you want to teach your body to transition to the muscle up, and I'll show you what I did right now. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is find a bar that's high enough that you could grab onto, but when you're hanging, your feet is not touching the ground. Basically, what you want to do is find a stool or something to step on, so that when you're hanging on the bar, right, or you have the bar in your hands, you could step off the stool or whatever you're standing on, so that you could swing your body back up. If you're just on the ground, you can't really step off anything to get that momentum. You need the strength. You need more strength to do it off the ground than to do it by stepping off something. So, for example, you would hang onto the bar, you would step off, let's say like a big rock. You'll step off the rock, right? And then you'll kind of swing forward a bit, and then you're gonna power yourself back, right? You're gonna power yourself back, and basically, that's the one way to help train your body to do the full muscle up, and I'll show you right now. So just to reiterate the three things, you want to do lat swings. Lat swings will help develop the power to swing yourself over the bar, right? You want to practice doing the transition part of the muscle up, so jump into the muscle up, right, as I showed in the video. And the other thing you want to do is find a bar that when you're on it, when you're hanging off of it, your feet are not touching the ground. Why? So that you could put a stool or a big rock or something, right, to step off of, to get yourself that momentum, so that you could pull yourself back over the bar, right? And then after that, you could work on doing it just by doing it off the ground, right? So basically, work your way up until you're able to do the muscle up, right? Make sure you increase your pull-ups and your single bar dips, and make sure that when you're doing the muscle up, your arm never locks out. Never lock out your arm, right? If you're just attempting to do your first muscle up, never lock out your arm. You want to keep your arm slightly bent, so that it's just like when you're jumping. When you jump, you bend your knees and then you jump. You don't jump with a straight leg. You don't jump with straight legs, just like you don't do muscle up with a straight arm, unless you're strong enough to do that. So basically, try those three things out and tell me how it works out for you, okay? Done.